Patrick Redbird. Oh, Little Bald Eagle. And I am from the Kiowa Tribal Nation of Oklahoma. And we came to the Miccosukee Arts Festival to display our cultural heritage and our cultural dances.
My name is Citlali Salinas. I come from the Aztec, the Mexica Nation. I come to Miccosukee Arts Festival all the way from the ancient city of Mexico, Tenochtitlan. Today it is better known as the capital of the country of Mexico, Mexico City.
My name is Jane Myers Noisecat, and I'm originally from Oklahoma, born in Oklahoma, but I live now in Santa Fe, and I'm Comanche and Blackfeet.
My name is J.R. Lone Lodge. I come from the Southern Arapaho and Southern Cheyenne tribes of Oklahoma.
My name is Osceola Redshirt, and originally I am from Pine Ridge, South Dakota.
James Red Eagle. My Indian name is Wambali Watakapet, Trojan Eagle. I'm from Long Lodge family of Carry the Kettle First Nation, Saskatchewan.
My name is Kevin Locke, and I'm from a community on the upper Missouri River, right on the border of North Dakota and South Dakota, and the community is called Wakapala. Wakapala is in the state of South Dakota.
Well, some of the misconceptions that come along in the world that all Indians are the same. No, you know, you got to remember, I'm different as a Kiowa than Miccosukee or Navajo, or let's say the Miwok, you know, or Narragansett up there in Massachusetts. We're all totally different. Everybody thinks that Indians are the same, but we have our own ways about us, our own culture, our own stories, our own dances, heritage, songs, way of making friends or treating enemies, you know. There are so many different facets to each one of our lives, our histories, our culture, so totally different. If they would just take the time to look at it and accept those ideas, because you know, it could change things.
Yes, most people consider us to be Aztec. That is the common name for our people. And we do use the name Aztec. A lot of people are not aware that the name actually, it is not original to us. It is a name that we have adopted over the years. It was first given to us by the Spaniards, the first Europeans to come to the country of Mexico, that as it is known today. We were given the name Aztec because they couldn't pronounce our true name. What is our original name? It is called Mexica. So we use both names. We use both Aztec and Mexica. The name Mexica in our language, Nahuatl, it translates or it symbolizes people of the moon.
Coming from the Arapaho Nation, our tribal name is Blue Sky People. So that's why a majority of my outfit is always blue. So just represent the Arapaho Nation. And I have horses on sides they're red and blue for night and day. But yeah, that's where my outfit comes from.
When I was growing up, I was raised by my grandparents. And in our tradition, I was raised in the Comanche way, but my grandmother was from Montana. She was Gros Ventre Blackfeet and Assiniboine. But in our culture, the first grandchild is usually raised by the grandparents, which to me was very important because that began my early teachings in buckskin dressmaking, beadworking. I even do feather work for my son as well. So I learned all of these things, learned our stories, learned some of our language, and those people, those kids, those grandchildren that are raised are called, they're called, well, it's the first grandchild, so it's called a grandparent's child. So that's how I was raised.
My whole family is actually, I'm descendants of Marines. So when I graduated, I was already planning on going to the Marines. So I spent 5.5 years in our artillery unit. So that was 188 howitzers, and that's where I came from.
Well, the music is important because the music is what brings all the people together. It's the power of force of attraction, and where I live, we have seasons, 4 seasons. So now it's winter. Now it's winter, and the different musical instruments we use, like the drum, the rattle, the flute, and the voice, each of these is analogous to some element contained in the thunders. So when the thunders come, like the drum represents the sound of it, the rattle is like the sound of the rain, the flute is the sound of the wind, and the voice is like the lightning coming down. But so just like the thunders in the North Country where I'm from, it sustains life throughout the spring and the summer and the fall. But then when the thunders go away in the winter, the land becomes very cold. But yet through these instruments, through the music, we can keep the spirit, the human spirit, alive and full of beautiful sounds and colors, and keep that spirit of springtime alive all the time. See, like that. Through music. Music has that power. Yeah.
Can appreciate one another's culture because there's a lot of similarities. Just like the Miccosukee flag and the colors of the flag there. Like in our way, the color, the black, the red, the yellow, the white. You know, some people kind of make up stuff, like I said, you know, for lack of the right answer. And, you know, some people say, oh, that's the color of all people on the earth. But it's not. A long time ago when those colors became important to us culturally, it represented our journey through life. As we come through darkness, represents the black represents the womb of our mother and our journey through life. The red is our learning road when we learn in life, like our teen years, and then the yellow is when you get maybe like my age, is Wambleza, is enlightenment. And what happens is like all that stuff you learn when you're younger, like a light comes on and you start to realize, oh, that's what they were talking about, or that's what they meant. And then they say if you're lucky, then the fourth direction is that yellow, the white. And they say if you're lucky, your hair will be white and you'll have wisdom, but not everybody makes it there. And that's notice the Miccosukee flag is those same colors. They're important to you guys. We have the same thing, but in a spiritual sense, that's what those colors mean to us. And
I think you just have to connect with people everywhere and find the commonality. And I think that's the beautiful thing about the traditional culture, is that like they call it the folk arts, folk music, folk arts. And what it is like these traditions come down through time, and so they withstand the test of time. And so they represent aesthetics, like, you know, the human spirit longs to express itself with beauty and harmony and balance and all these things. And so that's where these music and dance forms originate.
I don't have any cousins. They're my sisters, you know, my brothers, you know, so that's why we don't call each other cousin, we call each other brothers. And even new friends, the word is the same for brothers. So those are some things that we always look for our culture, is that if we accept you, you're going to be a brother to us or a sister to us, you know, and we want to make that way good, so that way everybody feels happy.
You know, my message is to just celebrate, you know, the nobility of the human spirit. You know, no matter who we are, it doesn't matter. Whatever, you could be Haitian, Puerto Rican, you could be from Cuba or anywhere it is, but just to be who we are and celebrate that and realize that we all have something beautiful to add to something bigger, like it's something bigger in the process we see as a whole world coming together. So we all have something to add to this emerging global civilization. And the Miccosukee people have something, and the Lakota, no matter who we are. And we have to accept each other. And it's just like we're all climbing a mountain from different sides. We can all see each other, and we can see the summit, but we'll never reach that summit unless we help each other, unless we share our gifts, empower, strengthen each other to achieve that goal. See?
And whether it's non-native people, whether it's Indian people, again, we're still living on one world, and we still have to work it, the Rubik's Cube, to where it fits just right. As you see the hoop dancer out there making the one world out of a bunch of hoops, you know, that's the whole idea.